we're going to talk about my favorite all-round ice jig that I have tried thus far. By far my favorite jig that I have ever fished with. I prefer it over all others. It's the VMC Mongo Jig. And that is a 16th ounce size. It also comes in a 32nd, so I'll drop a picture of what those look like next to each other. I generally fish the 32nd ounce size because the fish are so tight-lipped, and I like to downsize a lot of times as much as I can because that always works best for me. Downsizing tends to always work best for me in the cold months, it seems. So I like working with the 1/32 ounce size. I also don't fish too deep of water too often. Usually I'm fishing in 20 feet or less, and that 32nd ounce size is just enough to get it down to there. I fish it with fluorocarbon line because fluorocarbon is a sinking line. Since I'm a pan fisherman, I usually only fish 2 or 3 pound fluorocarbon, so no problems getting it down to those depths of 20 feet. When I find that the fish are not so tight-lipped, I will size up to that 16th ounce size. It drops really fast on that fluorocarbon. You can fish deep basin crappie or just deeper water in general. You know, even shallow water, you can just get that jig right back down to them. So when you're catching, you're on a hot bite and a school moves through, you can pick off as many as you possibly can. That tungsten is just really dense, drops really fast. Don't even mess around. Like, that's across the board, guys, not even the VMC Mongo Jig. If you're fishing ice, just buy tungsten jigs. They cost more, but like, they're just so much better than lead in my opinion. Like, they just drop so much faster, and that is so crucial when you're drilling holes and you're just vertical jigging, because all you're trying to do is just get your lure to the depth those fish are at as fast as you possibly can, so you have more time to play those fish. On the packaging, it says precision balanced, okay? If you have that jig just in the air, if you have it just floating, it's not balanced at all. But when you're working with the density of water and you drop that jig down into the water column, that jig will straighten itself out with that water's density. Not perfectly, but it will straighten out pretty good. It will be pretty horizontal. And what you also need to think about is the straighter you put on your plastics, the better they will balance, as it says on the packaging. So be aware that you need to be very methodical with how you put your plastics on. Put them on correctly. Don't be in a hurry. Have them all cattywampus. But all around, guys, it is just a great jig. I've had no problems with it. I usually find a color they're all about, and I just love the jig. I love the compactness. It seems like they have a really refined production process to it. I love how the head of the jig head just abruptly stops so you can bud your plastic right up against it, and it's just got some great compact features. For me, it's all in the confidence. And for me, the more compact I can get a bait, seems like the more bites I can get. And that's year round. I fish compact jigs for bass. I fish compact jigs for ice crappie, ice bluegill. Like, compactness is just so key for me. And it really works for me, and it helps build my confidence. And I'm not saying one lure is better over the other, but getting lures that you can gain confidence in is so crucial. And that is where I build confidence, is in compact finesse lures, and that is very much finesse. That Mongo jig is for a great finesse presentation, and I'll be fishing these as long as they're producing them. I hope they never go out of style. I hope they're always producing them, because I will always be buying them. Like I said, other people very much appreciate these jigs too, because they go out pretty quick. So maybe get ahead of the curve, buy them off season when they might have more in production. They won't be so sought after. I fish them year round, guys. I will fish them year round. If the crappie bite is finesse on open water and I'm vertical jigging, I will drop them that. And I usually get hit if the standard lead jig heads are not working on crappie and brush piles. Get out there, try them, buy a couple if you haven't. I'm sure some of you already have these in there, but I'm just driving home the point that those Mongo jigs are great, great jig heads, guys. Love them. I'll be out on the water soon. I think we might have a little bit of safe ice in our area. I'm not sure how soon I'll get out to check it, but if we're not fishing this week, we will definitely be out there next weekend. Looks to be super cold next weekend, but I'll get out and freeze my buns off anyways, just to feel that thump and enjoy the first couple turns of my auger. So I'll see you guys soon. Take care. Have a good one, guys. Peace.